Hey, how you doing, Kiarra?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm all right. What's up, y'all? Tonight, today, whenever y'all get this, we're here with Kiarra Harrison. She's the cousin of one of the victims that was killed by D'Angelo Arbery a couple months ago, and she has a story to tell us tonight. So go ahead, you got the floor.
All right. Here because I had a very unfortunate situation with a funeral home in Muskegon Heights.
What funeral home is that?
It is Carter Funeral Home.
And for the record, let me say this. When she called us about this, she told us her concerns and her reasonings, her problem with the Carter Funeral Home. And after that, I bumped into him at the Meyer gas station and I told him that she did reach out to us. And they also have had a Zoom court date since then, which was technically today, which is the April 1st. Go ahead.
Yes, so we had a Zoom court date today. Um, but unfortunately, I have to tie up some other uh legal aspects of my cousin affairs before I can handle this properly in court. So that's the only reason court didn't pursue the way that it should have today for that reason.
So, what is the court case about? Small claims, right?
It is about small claims. It is about an overpayment that was paid.
To
It
his to the Carter funeral home, right?
Carter Funeral Home
For your cousin's funeral.
for my cousin's funeral.
Okay.
And it is also about some donations that was raised specifically for my cousin's children's that was directed to the funeral home as well that they didn't receive. Um, it's also about things I was charged for on my funeral bill that I paid for on top of it being paid for in the funeral bill, if that makes any sense.
So you
Um,
saying you were double charged?
yes. Well,
Okay.
I was charged for something and I didn't receive it, and then I had to purchase it myself.
Okay. You can continue. Go ahead.
So what basically took place is there was an overpayment that was paid. Um, there's this big discrepancy from the live that I made earlier. Everybody thinks this is about I have an issue with him charging $7,300 for a cremation. It's not that. There is an issue saying that we had a service and a cremation, and we did. I know what we signed up for. I'm very. This is not about what happened. This is it's not even about the what the cost of the cremation. The issue is the service didn't match what we were charged. And there's no reason we should be in this state behind my cousin's death. Um, there was an overpayment that was paid directly to the funeral home, and it didn't come back to the family.
That ain't bad.
And I'm the liaison for the family. So just how like the bill was sent to me for the funeral, whatever remains or anything that was left should have been sent back the same process how the billing went. And that didn't take place. I'm not stupid. I know how to add. I don't owe a funeral home anything. So if you owe somebody, if you know you were overpaid, why not just take care of it?
Now, when we initially spoke, you alleged that uh, her children came on Christmas Day, right?
Yeah.
And can you tell me about that?
about the donations because that needs to be cleared up as well. I'm seeing things being said like we're upset about some free donations from Toys for Tots. That's not the case here.
What is
Um,
it?
what happened was there was a Pacific person, and her name is Toya Guy. She took up a post on Facebook about the kids specifically for Christmas. This has nothing to do with Toys for Tots or anything of that matter. For whatever reason, the donations got sent to Carter's funeral home. Um, Outside of that, when I initially set up the funeral planning, we were told, hey, we're having this toy drive and we're going to set aside a Pacific time for Elena and we're going to take care of her and make sure she's fine. Cool. So that was supposed to be implemented. Plus, we have these donations that Toya Guy, collected from other people. Um, on the day of the toy drive, my grandmother took the kids up there and they received nothing. So I let a little time go by because I thought, hey, whatever, maybe it was just a fluke, maybe nothing took place. But my spirit was saying different after it just kept bothering me. So I reached out to Toya, um, inquired about, the donations that have been took up specifically for Lynn's kids. I need that to be understood. This is not a general donation fund. This is not Toys for Tot. These were specifically for her two children. There were specific items. It was very specific. She told me that herself had purchased gift cards and took it up to the funeral home, as well as a few other people that had been in contact with her about wanting to help. So they never got anything. Um, Nothing.
Right.
So I guess that I don't know why it's being. I don't know why everybody's upset that I'm saying I'm speaking on something that happened to some kids. Um, I didn't ask anybody to set up anything or do what they did, but it was set up and it didn't happen the way it was supposed to go. And that's fine. Nobody owed the kids anything. They still had a Christmas, but it's the principle of it being all of this transpiring behind my cousin's death. This was her kid's first Christmas without her, and Christmas was her birthday. So I don't have an issue if people donated or they didn't, but what I do have an issue with is somebody telling me that, hey, Kiara, I had a donation for you and I took it here and her kids didn't receive it. I have a problem with it.
Okay, that's the bottom line. All right. So if I know this is in the court, I don't know how deep you want to get into your case. I don't know the amount if you want to talk about it. But is there anything outside of the court that can possibly resolve this issue?
Spoke with him because I'm like, I have a million other things going on in my life outside of this. So before I dig deeper into this, and I will if I have to, do you just want to resolve it? And he tells me that the only thing he feels that he's responsible for is giving me a urn. And she's already inside of an urn. So at this point, what am I going to do with the urn? And she's already in one that I purchased. So if you know that you didn't provide that at the time of service, then If nothing else, why didn't you reimburse for the earn? It's the principle. It could have the earn could have costed $2. He could have owed me $1.25. Don't do things unethically when someone has been murdered.
All right, now you say you had a few things to wrap up before the next court date. Did they give you a date?
They didn't because I have to get um guardianship over her, over Shalinthia, basically, to be able to pursue this, which I have to do more digging on that, because if I'm the person who received the bill, why can't I respond to what happened behind the bill? That makes
Guardi- Guardianship over the deceased?
yes.
Is that even possible?
We about to find out.
Okay, well,
I have to make some phone calls tomorrow. I didn't understand it. It makes no sense to me. I wasn't there responding about a bill that was in someone else's name. The bill was to me. Um, everything I did, everything, my name is on it. So it's baffling me. But I thought, like, with the conversation with him and I, he would have um had more morals, but that wasn't the case. So just how I moved with this court date, I'll get another one, and it'll be that.
okay, well, thank you for talking to us tonight. We'll get this out to the people. And like I said, we were supposed to be at your court date today, but we had to go to the arraignment for Kendra. I felt responsible for letting the world know she was apprehended after I let the world know she slipped out a window. So,
That's understandable.
yeah,
It's
thanks.
okay. Um, it's fine. The only other thing that I just want to say is, I have no reason to lie about anything. Um, when you taking somebody to court, it's not about what a person said, it's about what you can prove. And I do have all of my documentation to back up everything that I am saying. Um,
Okay.
so facts are facts. I didn't want it to be this. I hate that it had to be this, but again, this is my loved one. When my cousin was alive, she came to me. So I feel like it would be less of me to not stand up for her when she's not here.
Understood. I definitely understand that. Thank you for talking to us tonight. I appreciate you.
Nope, I appreciate you.
You're welcome. Talk to you later.
Have a good night.
You as well.